ho, ho, ho. Hip hip parade for Christmas vacation.
Welcome, guys. This is Don Brown. Chuck Timberg isn't with us, but welcome to the House of Blackout. So you know every Wednesday is what we do from 5 to 9. We have our round table talk around a square table. So we're going to go around, introduce each other, and then we're going to get right into it.
Start with you.
I'm Don Brown. I'm Don Brown, Army, 16 years.
Mike Cotter, Air Force.
Jim Straub, Navy.
I'm Gallaudet, Army.
Barbara Bennett, proud girlfriend.
Tom Hungerford, war baby.
And there we have it right there. So we accept everyone around our table, military, product of a military person, first responders, you name it. We support everybody. Lottie, Dottie, everybody. So we're going to give a little talk about just where we're seeing things and how things are going. So we'll let Mike start us off, and then we'll chime in after that.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Good evening, everybody out there. The first thing I want to say is we are short a pretty important figure here tonight,
Yep.
which is Chuck Timberg, who's responsible, as I've said before, for all of this. He's had a little short stay in the hospital. These are some extenuating circumstances, and he couldn't be with us tonight. So when he and I talked earlier today, I had said to him, I said, well, do you want to continue to have a meeting tonight? He said, absolutely. And I said, okay, so we'll do the meeting.
Yep.
We had, Dom and I had talked, and these other nice people here with me, we talked about what are we talking about tonight? You know, our comedian isn't here, so he's not here tonight. And I'm not really very funny about anything, so, I mean, I'm just too damn serious. We thought maybe we'd talk a little bit about this little endeavor here that we embarked on six months ago. And where we think we might be going with this. As you folks probably know, we are unlike the VFWs and the American Legions, and I could go on and on with a lot of other fine foundations. We are pretty much totally independent here. We kind of beat to our own drum, so to speak here, which I think is sort of a good thing. We are a rapid departure from some of the ways that the VFW and the American Legion operate, and as I said, we are not constricted so much by some of the rules that these big organizations are with regards to county, state, federal government, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, we are, as you know, we've mentioned this before, a nonprofit. We're certainly a nonprofit organization. Chuck and I have been talking over the last 2 or 3 months. Well, first let me say this so you know where this comes from. This is going to be my last round table for a while. I'm moving down to the Gulf Coast with my daughter and my son-in-law. That doesn't mean I've abandoned this, because I will never do that. I will be back and forth. All I have to do is get to a perfectly good plane that flies, and I'll be up here. But we had talked about the possibility when I get down there to my property with my son-in-law and daughter, once I get a chance to acclimate myself with Alabama and look around down there, we had talked about the possibility of me looking down around the USS Alabama, which is in the Mobile Bay. We're about 35 miles north of Mobile, out in the country, and we talked about the possibility of me opening another one of these, a second Blackout, which I'm all in favor for it. But it's going to take me several months to get my feet on the ground down there, since I've never been to Alabama, and it's going to take me a while to look around and maybe find a little location here and a little location there. So that, to me, would bode well for the future of this little organization. We're still in our infancy here, our growth stages, and I think everybody that comes in here knows that. The one good thing that we all around here seem to possess is a sense of common sense, which isn't so common anymore, from what people tell me. I don't know. But we do have common sense here, and we abound in it. And so we try to take things from a standpoint of, well, is it realistic and what makes sense? Okay. Most small organizations such as this, where you open a retail front, they say it takes about 2 years coming or going to kind of get yourself a little bit stable. I think we're pretty stable after 6 months, actually, I do. Which says something about the people that work here, the people that reside here and actually keep this going every day and keep the doors open there. So that's one of the things. Due to Chuck's health, the big Blackout truck, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, which has been all over the United States, I guess, at one point. Due to Chuck's health, I think he's kind of coming to the end of driving that big truck a whole lot anymore. I think that's one of the reasons that he decided 6 months ago to open something like this where he'd be close to his family and he wouldn't have to suffer the tortures of the dam of driving a freight liner. So this seemed to happen at a pretty good time, knowing that was probably getting ready to wind itself down. Our little roundtable discussions have been an eye-opener for me, and I've heard some things here that I wasn't really sure I'd ever hear, and not that I was shocked. No, not at my age. I don't get shocked too much. But we're going to continue to do these roundtables every Wednesday night.
Yes.
No matter what. I mean, this is just part of the organization here. I would love to see maybe a little more participation on the Wednesday evenings, and which would be real good. But I'm not at all displeased with what's happened up to this point with the roundtable. I don't think Dom is either. No. And Dom is the one that's responsible for making it so that you can see this, make it visible on that big screen up there, and you can actually see what we're doing here. We don't keep any secrets here. We're not one of these clandestine organizations where we try to keep a lot of secrets. We just let it rip.
That's it. We're open.
And honestly and truthfully, I think that's the best way for this kind of an organization, especially where I don't think veterans are shy on keeping things close anyway. The veterans, we all kind of let it go. You know, we just say what we think within reason.
Yeah.
I don't mean anything really bad, but
that is true.
Yes.
That's so very true.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm getting tired here, guys. Somebody got to step in here a minute because I'm running out of
Oh, it's okay.
things to say. I tell you what, I'm gonna take a breath here.
Yep.
Because I could probably talk for the next 2 hours and probably love every second of it, but we don't want to do that. So I'm gonna let Don. Let Don give me your slant on how you see this. Oh, one thing I do want to mention.
Yes.
Everybody that has ever come in this store that we have ever given free coffee to, I don't know how Chuck Timbrook makes his coffee, and he won't tell me, but it's a blend. We cut our own beans, we do all that. It's a blend of coffee, and we've been talking about the possibility of selling it in here. And a lot of people have come in and said, can we buy this? I'd like to take some with me. In fact, I've had people come into the store and ask me where the bags were where they could pick some up, and I said, well, we don't sell it. Now we do. We have 8-ounce bags, and I think it's very reasonable, the price on it. And it truly is, if you're a coffee drinker, it's really good.
Very good.
So we now have added that to our little line of merchandise, as you can see back here, all kinds of military gear. We also recently have been sort of promoted to being the largest inside distributor for the honey guy who works the West Virginia territory. We're the largest inside honey vendor, and that includes jams, it includes jellies. I mean, we really have a selection in here. So anytime you want, good veteran, local grown honey, and that's what this is.
Yeah, that honey is
You
good.
come in here, and everybody that's ever come in here, now I don't like honey myself, but everybody that has ever bought honey in here from me, and there's been many of them, they said there's just no better. The veterans
true.
honey it's just the best. It's tops.
That is true.
And we have all the different, we've got the light honey, the seasonal honey, the dark honey for cooking. You got a little bit of everything for everybody.
That is true.
In fact, he just brought a jelly in here, and it's called Mountain Dew. It tastes like Mountain Dew.
And my
in all
son
sincerity,
loves it.
Yeah, in all sincerity, it tastes like
try
Mountain Dew.
that.
It really does.
And that's like a jelly or a jam
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm sorry I digressed on you all.
There's no problem.
Don.
So, thank you, Mike. So, just to let you guys know, like I said, has the wonderful Blackout coffee, so come and get it. And as for the honey, let me tell you something. My wife is allergic to pollen. And when she spoke to the guy, he told her to try this honey, and she put it in her tea. All last summer, she had no allergic reactions to pollen.
Yeah.
So it really does work. It really is good.
Yeah.
So it's all natural. Trust me, it's good. So I would suggest you guys come down and get some. It's wonderful. Or wherever you can find it at, the Veterans Honey. It's very popular. And as I see this place in my vision, let me tell you, and I've told you guys this before, when I was an inpatient and I chased down this truck that I saw, and that would give me a little extra, get up and go, a little extra purpose, because I'm an OEF veteran. Okay, I joined in '94, got out in 2013ish, 2012, but after all the time, that I had saved up 2013, I felt in one part of my life that the war that I was in was forgotten. It was just, you fought in some war that wasn't really yours. It was no weapons of mass destruction, stuff like that. And I was just at a bad point in my life. So my wife saw that. She goes, you know what, sweetie? You need to go into the VA. So I thought I had to be like 60 years old to be in the VA. No. You just have to be service connected, be a veteran. That's it. So I did my 90 days PRP program. And that's when I saw that truck when I was out and about, and my wife used to come on the weekends, and I told her, I said, I gotta find this truck. I just saw a black flag on it and something else on it. And she's like, so you can spend my time chasing, looking for something you don't really know is there. Because the way I explained it, it was like, you really think there's a black truck out there with a POW flag driving around? I'm like, yeah. Coming from a person that's impatient for mental health. It doesn't go over too well, But she did come up, and we drove around, and we found that truck. So she believed in me, so that's a good thing. So, and that just gave me an extra drive. And then once I did get out, and once I did get to really know Chuck, and through other people, it's like, hey, he's doing this event, come to this parade, come to this event, and I finally got to meet him face to face. And it was just wonderful. And I support him in every single thing he does. And I know he supports me and my other brothers and sisters, that's in arms. And he's just a wonderful beacon. No matter what era you're from, no matter where you're from in the world, it's just wonderful to see that semi, and now at the facility. And as I was thinking this when you was talking, he has toured the United States with that truck, some shape or form or fashion.
Yeah.
Now, okay, let's sit back and sit around the round table. Now let's talk about those journeys. Let's start a different legacy. Let's start a different chapter in the book. So people may say, well, you won't see the truck anymore. You'll still see it. It's just in a different form.
Right.
And it's what it's all about. To make sure we wasn't forgotten. To share our stories. And to let people, just to educate. Because a lot of these stories that we tell, guess what? It's not in any history book. It's just what we experienced. We laugh about it. We joke about it. And me growing up, my granddad did Korean War, did Vietnam. He never talked about his service. We couldn't go into the quote-unquote man cave. It was just his little basement area, but him and his buddies would go down there. Then once
I was asking about Marines. When I was at basic, we had a Marine get out of the Marine Corps, join the Army to see if the Army is as bad as the Marine Corps. Well, we had Fugo training. And this guy would stand over everybody after he knocked them down and laughed. And I was determined he wasn't going to stand over me and laugh.
Right.
Sergeants had to tear him and I apart. And after that, I had his respect, and he had mine.
Yeah.
Sure.
There you
Sure.
go.
And we were battling.
I'm a proponent
That's
of that. I like all that carrying on.
Oh yeah.
I'm still not too old for it. That's right. I really am too old. But
Yes.
yeah, really am too old for all that carrying on. But I think in general here, anybody that would ever, like Tommy said, stop in here off Route 11 and just come in here, sit down and have a cup of coffee, and just sit for a while and just feel the vibes.
Yeah.
The vibes here are you can walk in the front door and feel it. I mean, and it's not just these nice folks that are around a lot. It's people who come in here for the first time.
Oh yeah.
That's like I walked in here, had the round table, asked me to speak. And I've never spoken before like that at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I want a chief of the firehouse put me in for a award at the Lions Club. I said, I don't have to give no speech or anything to him. Well, I ended up getting up there. And I stood there just like a skeleton.
Public speaking is not our forte.
But then here, when I spoke, just like that,
Yeah.
they're proud of me.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
I can't really say enough about the lack of pretentiousness here.
Yeah.
You go into these other businesses all over the country, and I've been in plenty of them. It almost seems like because of the outside expected goal of a store or a company, that there's a certain degree of tension that rides along with that amongst the employees and even the ownership. We don't have that here, folks. That doesn't exist here. I mean, in any form. It really doesn't. And we're doing okay.
Yeah.
How about that?
Absolutely.
We don't have to march to the same drums everybody else does, and we're living proof of the fact that we're doing okay. If you see the truck at night in its glory with the flags all flying, and you see how the underside's all lit up green, even if you're not a veteran,
Gives you chills.
and even if you're not
Gives you
really
chills.
maybe that patriotic, I hope everybody is, but if you're not, I don't know, it does something to inside of you. It makes you feel proud for whatever that stands for. It makes you feel very, very proud. And I've seen it in so many hundreds and thousands of people's faces at these events that I do know what I'm talking about. That I have people come up to me all the time and say, "Wow, is that easy on the eyes? Is that special?"
Yeah.
No, I mean a lot of people, they're not complimenting me. They're complimenting the Blackout and Chuck. I didn't build a truck. I just happened to get on board at the tail end of some of this. And so, if you ever get a chance to come see us, maybe you'd be fortunate enough to stop in when the big truck's out here, and it's special. It really is. It's just
Pictures
special.
do not do it justice.
Yeah, pictures don't do it justice. You have to see it in person.
I mean, you can see pictures of it, and it's nice, it's beautiful. But when you're standing next to it,
Oh yeah.
there's something about it that makes, I swear I feel things inside of me. It's like I get vibes from that black truck,
Yeah.
and it's almost like, oh, wow, this is powerful. And so, yeah, it's real special. And thank you all, and Don,
Yep.
thank you too for tuning in with us.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, on behalf of all the veterans here, and everybody who isn't a veteran, you don't have to be a veteran to come in here.
Oh no.
You can come in here and get free coffee and sit out around and hang out with us,
That's it.
whether you're a veteran or you're not a veteran. It doesn't make any difference.
Lottie dottie everybody.
This is not just about that. This is about a feeling that goes a lot deeper than being a veteran. And I don't mean that I am a veteran. So I you know how I feel about that. But this is something that goes deeper than the fact that you stand as a veteran and you serve this country. It goes farther than that.
Oh yeah.
And you have to experience it. You have to feel that. And it's really nice. So actually, I'm all talked out now. I've said,
All right.
I've monopolized another damn meeting.
This place keeps me out of trouble.
That's it.
Well, it does keep me in practice.
It does.
I gotta admit that. I gotta practice at this a lot,
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, I'm
So-
gonna turn this back over to the main man that does all
Alright.
this for us. And
So in closing, and that's what I forgot to tell you guys earlier. So Denny Sr. had called me yesterday because he was planning to come out tonight. He was out of the hospital for like 7 days. He was in there because of the heart attack.
yeah,
And the only reason he didn't come tonight because he was on a ride with me. He had a last minute appointment come up because they had changed his meds and everything. But he planned to come out again. I told him, I said, because he only lives maybe 10 minutes from me. So I told him, if you want to carpool with me, come on, because he's in Chambersburg too. So he's gonna ride down with me.
well, he was in here last week. He came in here
Oh,
right
he
after,
did?
the day
Okay.
after he got out of the hospital, where he drug himself
That's
in
good.
here. I mean, that's one more example
Yeah.
of how this affects people. And he had some serious
Yeah, we was worried
issues,
about
and
him.
we were worried to death
Yeah.
about Danny. The day after he got out, he talked his wife. He was sitting right over there talking to me. So,
So he's doing good and great spirit. And
Good.
I told him anytime I come down here, I said, hey, just meet me at 5 o'clock. We rolling together. So me and him, when we come down, I have a carpool buddy. So I have an A driver. You in the Army, you know, you got an A driver. So I got an A driver now. So
Yeah.
and it was wonderful. So he called me like around 2 o'clock. Said the last minute appointment came up because he needed to change his med. So I said, it's okay. He said, but give my love to everybody. Tell him I'll see him next Wednesday. I said, I will definitely pass the message. So he does miss this place, and he miss all the guys here and girls here too. So he's in great spirit. He's doing well. So we'll have him again. So I just want to let everyone know that, let you guys know that too.
Good.
And it's just wonderful to have that camaraderie, have that brotherhood, just to have that friendship, you know.
That means a lot.
It does. So don't remember to like, share, subscribe. And thank you for tuning in to the House of Blackout. Tell your friends and family about us. And please do not hesitate to come in the Blackout Veteran Stop, okay? The signs will tell you where to turn. Come on in here. Get yourself some coffee, some honey, some water, anything. We have everything in here. So come on out, and especially on a Wednesday. If you're not doing anything on a Wednesday between 5 and 9, come on, stop by. You know, we do like a little potluck. We have a little snack, a little dinner here, and we just talk regular talk, and that's how we roll. Yeah. We all have gifts. We all have talents, and we all use them in a positive way, and that's the beauty of it. So thanks for tuning in. We'll
Thank
see you guys next Wednesday. And if we don't see you again, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everybody. Be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of yourselves.